Welcome back, I'm Kimberly and this is Floral Art Online, the Supermarket Flowers series. And today we're looking at another example of using a plastic plate or a decorative plate and some baubles that we've glued on the pine cones. This is the last of the pine cones that I have out of the lot that my neighbour gave to me. And what I've done already is I've glued all of this onto this plate. And then what we do, obviously with the baubles, some I've got the caps, the hanging caps removed so that we can put water into these. They can be the water source for the flowers. We're going to use 4 flowers in this design, but we're also going to use something that I discovered at the $2 shop, these cake toppers. So they're just basically nice little decorations on a toothpick, and that gives us an opportunity to use the toothpick to glue into this design or to put into the baubles, so that it adds a little bit of a different dimension to the design. So when you're out looking about at all of the things that you might be able to use, or you've got stuff in the cupboard that you haven't used for ages, remember that these things have more than one purpose. So always think of it in terms of how else could I use things that I've got there. So let's see what we can do with this design. We've got water in the baubles. It's just a matter of cleaning the stems off, as we always do. Make sure there's no foliage that's going to spoil the water that the plant material is in. These came from this bunch of supermarket flowers, so you can see I've used 3 individual flowers in a previous design, 4 in this one, so I've still got plenty in this bunch to use in other designs, which you'll no doubt see as the days progress towards Christmas. I do hope you're all getting ready for Christmas and enjoying that time with family and friends, and remembering those who are not with us for Christmases for whatever reason. This particular plate I have left blank. Now in years gone by, I used to do almost like a mountain of baubles and have them all different sizes and have them up to a particular height, and I'd have some obviously with the hangers still on, some with the holes, and just do the placements of the flowers so that it was like this mound of baubles and flowers. You could do that. This year, because the plates had a little bit of writing on them, I thought I'd go a different way, and I wouldn't completely fill them. I'd have some that were open. You might have seen another video where I've got the tray, and so you can put chocolates and things on it. I just thought this one was quite nice because it's got the Merry Christmas on it. I actually wouldn't put anything else on it, like no food or other ornaments on it. I'd just leave it as something that you might have at the entrance, something that you might give to someone as a gift that sends the message, has something interesting for them to enjoy, and it's not over the top. I wouldn't imagine it could embarrass anyone. It will please them, I would think, to have something so pretty and thought-provoking that you have made for them. So basically all we need to do is put the flower placements in first. There are 4 stems in first, and then we'll have a look at some of the cake toppers and see what we can do with those, if we can glue them in somewhere. Now what I want to do is have some of these, because we've got, in other designs you will have seen that I've placed the flowers pretty much close to the baubles because the line of the stem can be distracting in a design. But with this one, because we've got a nice solid straight upright pine there, we could have a little bit of height there. What we could also do with the ones where we've got a bit of height, if we don't like the look of the stem, we can add one of the toppers underneath it, because they will also sit in there, and it won't matter if they're sitting in water. So we might start with this one. There. And once again, the beauty of these sort of placements is that you can mix and match. You don't have to, one cut isn't final, I guess, is the answer, that we can have them. Now that's another thing that I'll be able to show you. See, because it's such a big lip there, we could have 2. We could have one low and one high, which is what we might do. We might have the bigger one up high, and this one down low. Still plenty of room for both stems in these particular flowers. Mightn't be with some, to be able to be in the water. There's the sun coming through the window, very nice. It's a late afternoon here. I'll just get a little bit of sun on our design. Now that's a nice collection around the tree. We've got another one here that we could put another stem in here. No, I don't mind doing that. What I might do is actually use a bud, something that's not completely out. It looks a little bit different, so it's just starting to reveal itself for Christmas. Now then we need to just look at, we won't use the trees obviously because we've got the pine cone there. I don't know, do you like the reindeer? See, what I was suggesting before was that you can put these into the, now we could have him like that, so he's eating out of the top of the tree. We at the farm, we have a problem with deer that come through and destroy a lot of the agapanthus, particularly at this time of the year, and they'll come through and they'll just eat the flower heads off, and so we come out in the morning and there's just all these broken stems. So we're not as fond of reindeer or deer in general as some others might be, but we won't labour that point. And probably need something over this side. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit hidden, just adds to the festivity of it. There we go. You didn't have to glue them in at all. Normally we would say one more. We go odd numbers just to, because we like the idea of the odd numbers, and we might glue this one in. I might have to cut him down a bit. I'm going to glue him in between the two baubles here, and we'll cut it down a little bit so he's not standing up too high. Now the famous glitter glue gun, difficult to say that one, that my dad bought me a couple of years back now for Christmas. I'll just have him at an angle. And there we have it. That's our festive design for gifting or for putting at the entrance to your home to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Naturally enough, you could put chocolates and all other things in there if you wanted to. I just like the idea of being able to see the message and a little bit of welcoming cheer for Christmas time. So there we are, our design for using, in the end, 5 supermarket flowers from your bunch. I'm Kimberly, this is Floral Art Online, using the supermarket flowers in Christmas designs.